What's the biggest risk you took without telling anyone? I always thought emergency money was for actual emergencies, not dreams. But there I was, staring at my bank account with 5 years of savings, wondering if I should risk it all. My parents raised me to be careful. Save first, spend later. Keep a safety net. They worked the same jobs for 30 years and never complained. So when I landed that office job with benefits, they were proud. I had security. But every morning I dragged myself to that gray cubicle. Something inside me died a little more. I'd watch travel videos during lunch breaks, looking at places I'd probably never see. Places where people cooked street food with so much pride it made my desk salad look even sadder. I never told anyone, but I spent nights watching cooking videos instead of sleeping. Not fancy chef stuff, just regular people making family recipes. The kind of food that tells stories without words. I'd try to copy them in my tiny apartment kitchen, filling the place with smells that reminded me of nothing in my actual life. One Tuesday, my boss called me into his office. I thought I was getting fired, but he gave me a promotion instead. More money, more responsibility, and a window office. Everyone congratulated me. My parents called it the American dream. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about being 50 and looking back at a life measured in spreadsheets and meetings. So I did something crazy. I wrote a resignation letter, emptied my savings, and bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. I didn't tell my parents until the day before I left. My dad went quiet, and my mom cried. They asked if I was having a breakdown. Maybe I was. All I knew was that I needed to learn how to make food that meant something. For 6 months, I traveled to places where nobody knew my name. I worked in tiny restaurants for almost no money just to learn. I slept in rooms with no air conditioning and woke up at 4 a.m. to shop at markets where old ladies took pity on me and showed me how to pick the right ingredients. My savings disappeared fast. Some nights I'd check my account, see the numbers dropping, and panic. I called home once, and my dad asked when I was coming back to real life. I hung up and cried. Then one morning I was helping at a small street stall when a tourist asked where I learned to cook. I told him nowhere. I was just learning now. He asked if I could make the same food back home, and something clicked. With my last $2,000, I bought a used food cart when I got back to the States. I parked it downtown and sold food I learned to make from those night shift cooks in Bangkok who became my friends. The first day I made $47 and felt like a failure. The second day was worse. It rained and I made $23. By the end of the week, I was ready to call my old boss and beg for my job back. Then a local food blogger stopped by. She took pictures, asked questions, and posted about my cart that night. The next morning, I had a line for the first time. 3 years later, I have 2 restaurants and a cookbook deal. My parents finally came to visit last month. My dad tried everything on the menu and didn't say much, but I caught him closing his eyes when he tasted the curry, just taking it in. As we were closing up, he asked to see the kitchen. He looked at the big steel tables, the staff prepping for tomorrow, and then turned to me. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "This isn't what I wanted for you, but it's better." I risked everything I saved on something that seemed stupid to everyone who cared about me. I still don't know if it was brave or just lucky, but now when I wake up at 5 a.m. to start prepping, I never drag my feet.